Tarek, thanks for being with us today.
Thank you. Pleasure to be here.
Now, you are the Chief Operating Officer for Phoenix Motorcars, which SPI Energy just purchased. Talk to us about Phoenix Motorcars. Talk to us about your technology and your history.
Yes, absolutely. So Phoenix has been around, actually, Phoenix Motorcars, since 2002. The original founders of Phoenix Motorcars were focused on developing actually electric drive systems for scooters, smaller applications. Since then, they switched to focusing on doing electric drive systems for pickup trucks. The target was using chassis imported from overseas, from a Korean OEM, and electrifying those in the US and delivering it to the US market. Unfortunately, due to the financial crisis in 2008, 2009, the company wasn't able to continue. At that point, Phoenix was acquired by the Al Yusuf Group, which is a private conglomerate based out of the United Arab Emirates. And the vision of the company switched with Phoenix focusing on the commercial market. At that point in 2010, Phoenix started developing the electric drive system focused on the Ford E-Series chassis, which is the largest chassis deployed in the US for the Class 4 market. That was 4 years of R&D development that went into our first generation drive system that was launched at the end of 2014 with the US Navy Air Force. And now, as we get to 2020 and the end of 2020, we're actually about to launch our third generation drive system, which the team here is very, very excited about.
So your drive system, is it patented technology?
Yes, so our drive system, we have 4 patents on it. 3 patents and 1 patent pending. It's patented to Phoenix. We buy off-the-shelf components like the batteries, the motors. These come from tier 1 suppliers, mostly here from the US market. Our drive system is actually Buy America certified, which means it's over 70% components built in the US. But what's really our secret sauce, our proprietary, is the software that brings all these components together, makes them function as one efficient, fully electric drive system. That is developed here by the Phoenix engineering team, as well as all the hardware systems, electrical engineering that's used to integrate this drive system onto the Ford chassis.
Okay. What were the revenue in 2019?
Phoenix, we generated about $5 million of revenue in 2019, a little over $5 million. That was close to a record year for us.
In 2020, what does that look like?
A little less than 5 million, approximately 4.8, 4.9.
Okay. And how does 21 look for you?
So 2020 actually was supposed to be our ramp up year. So in terms of deliveries, we had about 28 deliveries in 2019. We're trending to be a little less than that in 2020, mainly due to COVID and so supply chain constraints. But our revenue is going to be close because of the 2019, we had a lot of leases, which you generate revenue over time. 2018 had more direct sales. So that's why the revenue is a little bit closer. Our target for 2021 is actually a substantial increase in deployments. We're looking at close to 5 times multiplier in terms of deployments and revenue for 2021. We have a significant number of that target deliveries already in our backlog. We've confirmed orders, and we have a lot of orders that are in advanced stages with different customers. So we're definitely very excited about 2021 and the potential to exponentially grow our orders as well as our revenue.
Who are some of your key customers?
So we've had, Phoenix has had a wide range of customers ever since we launched our first generation drive system, like I said, at the end of 2014. The US Air Force, the US Navy. We work with NASA as Jet Propulsion Laboratory. We've supplied them with 8 shuttles to date for their touring facility and employees. We were the first to deploy the all-electric fleet at LAX with the LNR group. They have close now to 33 or 34 shuttles operating at LAX. Again, that's the largest electric fleet at any US airport. We work with different cities with our trucks offering and our shuttle buses with dial-a-rides like City of Irvine, City of South Pasadena, and others, Shafter, Clovis, just to name a few, here in California. So these are some of our I'd say, city customers that we're going to continue to target going into next year. We also work with tech companies that provide shuttle services for their employees, sound like Procore, Workday, and others that have used our shuttles to move their employees around, using zero-emission technology.
So, Terry, you're expected to grow your business 5x in 2021. How are you scaling the business? What's going to be different in 21?
Phoenix is now acquisition by SPI. That's definitely going to help us to inject capital into Phoenix to help us grow. Our target is to grow out of our Ontario facility for 2021. We currently operate with about 3 bays here. We have the room to expand up to 6 bays, so double the number of operational bays that we have at our Ontario facility. We're also looking to implement a lot of efficiency improvement projects, including 5S, lean manufacturing, bringing on specialists to help us on that part to reduce the number of days we take for our builds. So our target actually is to get to 2 vehicle builds per bay per month. With going up to 6 bays, that will put us at 12 vehicles per month. That puts us a theoretical output of 144 vehicles in a year on a single shift. We're also looking at expanding to a second shift, later the second half of the year. So these are the targets for 2021, and beyond that, we're looking at expansion to other facilities, larger facilities, potentially here in California, or even moving to the Midwest to cater to our expanding market in the Midwest and the East Coast.
Well, how big is the market opportunity for your EV segment?
It's quite large and growing rapidly. We expected actually by 2030 that there'll be close to 80,000 units of electric medium-duty vehicles as a target addressable market for us by that time. It's increasing. I would say we're going to see probably exponential growth in 2 to 3 years, maybe more of a linear growth for the next couple of years. But it's definitely picking up with a lot of the incentives in place, a lot of the mandates that are coming out for the commercial fleets in the U.S. To start adopting electric technology, start reducing their carbon footprint. So that's definitely helped driving the market, as well as the advancements in the electric technology that's bringing the performance much closer in terms of range, in terms of reliability to traditional gas vehicles. So we're definitely excited about this market. In the medium-duty space, we're already one of the leaders when it comes to electric miles deployed to date. We're over 2.3 million miles, and we'll look to capitalize on that, as the market grows.
Talk to us about your business model. How do you make money? What do the units sell for? What kind of margins do you have?
Right. So our main source of revenue is vehicle sales. So with our current business model, we actually procure the full vehicle, electrify it, and sell it as a finished product with the vehicle and our drive system with it. Typical MSRPs for those tend to be between the 180 to 220, 230 K US dollars. Our margins weren't as high as we would have liked, again, due to us having to procure the vehicle and sell it. Going forward, we are working with Creative Bus Sales and other dealers where we wouldn't procure the vehicle. We signed an exclusivity with Creative Bus Sales. Again, they're the largest U.S. shuttle bus provider in the U.S., and they will be providing us the vehicle. We'll be selling them the kit, and they sell the end vehicle to their customers. This will help increase our margins. We're targeting gross profit margins in the 20 to 30% range, starting in 2021 with this new business model. It'll also reduce our working capital requirements because, again, the vehicle, which probably costs $70,000-$80,000, that will reduce about a third of our working capital requirements going forward, and we can just focus on procuring our electric kit and the components for it.
Okay. What makes your technology different or better than your competitors?
So there's not a lot of people that do what we do in terms of providing electric drive systems catered for the Ford chassis. When I first started in 2014, there was one other company. I think now there's a couple more, one in the US, one that came from overseas. But we've spent the most amount of years developing our drive system. We're about to launch our 3rd generation drive system this year at the end of Q4. That's our target. As I mentioned earlier, we have the most number of miles. So we definitely have the most experience when it comes to fine-tuning and developing electric drive systems, again, catered for this specific Class 4 market and the Ford E-Series chassis. We were the first to offer fast charging capabilities on our electric drive system using the DC CHAdeMO standard. Going into next year, we're also going to expand to offer faster, double the speed, 100 kilowatt versus the 50 kilowatt we currently offer today, utilizing the CCS standard. So this covers the entire DC fast charging spectrum for our customers and allows them to select which option they would like. We are going to offer modular battery sizes ranging from 60 to 150 kilowatt hours. This again will allow our customers to customize the size of the packs, larger packs for longer range requirements, smaller packs for larger payloads and lower costs. So that is something, again, that we're very excited about, and this variety will be unique to Phoenix Motorcars.
Well, it's a great addition to the SPI energy technology platform. What a great product. Thank you so much for being with us today, Tarek.
Much appreciated. Thank you for having me.